What's up, everybody? Welcome to Come Talk Sports. I'm your host, Christian Marenko. Today I'll be getting the gist of the NFL draft, the NBA playoffs, and the NHL playoffs, and what the Broncos' future is going to be looking like. First and foremost, I'm super excited to say congrats on the Bo Nix pick and a phenomenal draft, in my opinion. Super solid, underrated, in my opinion. Let's get into the gist of it. I'm super happy that we took Bo Nix over J.J. McCarthy's sorry ass. J.J., my opinion, garbage. This isn't going to win you football games, handing the ball off. Dude is nothing special, in my opinion. Same with his buddy Roman Wilson. Garbage pick. Was never a fan of both of them. But Blake Corum, on the other hand, I'm a fan of him. I think he'll have a great season. But the other two, garbage. JJ, can't believe the Vikings got an A for that pick. Like, that dude sucks. I don't care if you won the Natty or you beat Ohio State, you beat Alabama. I really don't care. Alabama, that's not one of the strongest teams, and you beat a Kyle McCord Ohio State team. Nice. And the year before that, our defense was horrible on the run, so I'm not going to accept that either, because Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum was hurt, I won't lie, but Donovan Edwards, I'm pretty sure almost reached 300 yards prior to the year you beat us as well. And JJ, you haven't done anything, man. I'm not a fan of you. Like I said, this isn't going to win you the game. You're ass, in my opinion. You're dog shit. I think you got buster written all over you, in my opinion. Bunch of defensive players are gonna bust all up in your face like shit. Like, don't know what much I can say. I'm not a fan of your game, and I never will be. I think you're just terrible, and I'm happy that Denver didn't take you. Let's get on to Bo Nix, though. The guy I'm happy Denver did take. 4,500 yards passing over in Oregon in his last year. 4,500 passing yards is very impressive, and then his touchdown to interception ratio is phenomenal, as well as he threw for 45 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Those are great numbers right there. And I know, like, hey, he's 24, he's old, but that might help Denver in the long run. He's a veteran in a way. Like, I feel like he could be ready. Maybe you get Zach Wilson in there the first couple of games, but hey, I think Bo Nix is ready for the challenge. I'm excited to see what Denver does with him. We also took his best friend Troy Franklin at wide receiver. I'm excited to see what that connection looks like. Could Denver be a solid team? I won't lie. Like, I think Sean Payton is going to make this team a lot better. It is going to take time. I won't lie. Like, maybe if Bo Nix is a boom or bust, I'm not sure. Like, that could really differ what the pick looks like. Because in my opinion, I don't think Denver's going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to be pretty bad. I think they'll be a bottom 5-tier team overall because it's a young team. They're rebuilding, and I don't know what it could look like. Could Sutton be on the move as well? Could PS2? There's so many questions that Denver has going on this year. Hopefully they don't move PS2. I really hope they bring him back. But if Sutton does end up leaving, then hey, if you do have the first or second overall pick, I say you pick Travis Hunter for next year, and build around Bo Nix and see what you can do with him, because I feel like sometimes these teams give up on the quarterback way too fast. Now, as I said before, I wish Denver got Justin Fields, because, hey, maybe what would it have looked like if we took Brock Bowers in the first round and you started building around Justin Fields, doing a lot more around him. It would have been sick, because Brock Bowers is a generational talent, and I feel like that Raiders pick is getting clowned on a lot, but hey, I mean, they took the best player on the board. They did what they needed to do, and I thought it was a great pick, in my opinion. They got Brock Bowers at number 13. That's a great pick for them. As much as I hate to say it, good for the Raiders. Like, can't do much better than that. The one pick I will say that surprised me a lot in the draft was Michael Penix Jr. And hey, I read a bunch of reports. Seattle, the Saints, and the Raiders were trading up into the top 10 to get Michael Penix. They weren't trading in the top 10 for J.J. McCarthy. Stupid ass dude. Don't like him at all. But you go rambling on about that, but we're not. Michael Penix, interesting pick for the Falcons, especially since you signed Kirk Cousins to a $185 million contract. Just interesting, in my opinion. Why would you take a quarterback there when you could have taken Dallas Turner or, like, I don't know, like, a cornerback? I feel like they needed that. They have a lot of key pieces. Maybe go for a second wide receiver. Help London, could have got Rome out of Washington. It was just a weird pick for me, in my opinion. I feel like Penix does fit in the system there. I mean, it could be like a Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love thing. He could learn under Kirk Cousins, but just like Kirk, I was surprised, and so were many people. I would have loved him to see in Seattle. Would have loved him to see on the Saints. I don't know about the Raiders because I don't like the Raiders, but it still would have been cool seeing him play with Devontae Adams. Is just interesting to see, what these quarterbacks can do. And I know he has a long injury report, but hey, the kid has battled back to where he is right now, and he was a top 10 pick, which is a lot of. He can say that. Not a lot of players can say that at the end of the day, and he worked hard for that. And then obviously my boy Maserati, Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Cardinals, my Rookie of the Year pick. Well, great pick for Arizona. I mean, Kyler Murray, he's going to have a bounce back year. I think, he might be in the discussion of comeback player of the year. And then Marvin Harrison Jr., give me Rookie of the Year. I know you got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. Hey, even Xavier Worthy could make a run for it. Now he got drafted to the Chiefs. It's just crazy to see that as well. Xavier Worthy going 28th overall. You gave Mahomes 2 speedy receivers this year with Hollywood Marquise Brown and Xavier Worthy. That's a scary sight to see, considering they also have the greatest tight end of all time. Maybe behind Gronk, maybe in front of him. I don't know. I don't know what your opinion could be. I've always put Gronk ahead of Kelsey, but hey man, Kelsey's a generational talent. It's going to be exciting to see what the Chiefs do, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think they're going to three-peat. As a Broncos fan, it's hard to say that, but I mean, who's stopping the Chiefs? I don't think anybody's stopping them. Mahomes is just phenomenal. He's a great quarterback, and Andy Reid is a phenomenal coach as well. Amazing to see what that duo has been doing, and I just think they're going to keep on winning. And now that you gave him 2 solid wide receivers, because last year he didn't have anyone to throw the ball to. Tony and Van Scandling were horrible. Kept dropping balls and shit. Nothing impressive. And now you gave him 2 solid wide receivers who I think that could be turned into stars this year. And fantasy standouts as well. Fantasy football standouts. Sorry. But hey, I'm excited to see what they do. But my Rookie of the Year pick, give me Marvin Harrison Jr. As I said, I feel like people have given Kyler Murray a lot of criticism. And I think this year he bounced back with Marvin Harrison Jr. at wide receiver. He's just an amazing talent, and just like his daddy, he's going to be balling out. I'm excited to see what Marvin Harrison Jr. does. I'm excited to see what most of these receivers do. I think Malik Neighbors will also be helping Daniel Jones out quite a bit in New York. Like, I know people like to shit on Daniel Jones. I shit on him, but hey, man, this is a year I feel like you can prove yourself, especially with a proven wide receiver. And this is your year to show everyone, hey, you're a quarterback. You can do it. And bring New York back to the playoffs. I think they're more capable of doing it, Like, they got Brian Burns. They got a decent-looking roster. I think they could make a playoff run. Granted, they got a really tough division. Could the Commanders make a run now with Jaden Daniels? I think so. Cowboys didn't make any moves. Eagles made a bunch of moves. They got 2 great cornerbacks in the draft. Got Saquon in the offseason, and you just paid A.J. Brown. What more could you ask for? I think the Eagles win the NFC East, in my opinion. I love Dallas, but you guys didn't make any moves. It's just disappointing to see that as well, considering you needed a running back and you needed a second wideout, and you didn't make any moves in the offseason. You also didn't make quite flashy moves in the draft. I mean, yeah, you needed offensive linemen, but I think your biggest need was a wide receiver and a running back. But that's just me. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what the Denver Broncos do overall. I love the draft they had. Solid. As I said, they reunited Bo Nix and Troy Franklin, so that's going to be exciting to see. They got a couple solid players, key players that could be standouts, and I feel like Denver has been good at that, and I feel like this Bo Nix pick could play out. I've been 50-50 about it lately, but now that I'm seeing his stats more in Oregon and stuff, and just seeing what he can do, he's a fun athlete to watch, and he can scramble. Like I said, it's like having a veteran on your team. He's 24. He's almost as old as Zach Wilson. But I'm excited to see what he can do. And if it doesn't work out, there's always quarterbacks in the future like Shador or who knows. You could always trade for one. Dak's a free agent next year. And who knows. A lot of things could happen in the NFL. But I think the Denver Broncos killed it. If I had to be honest, the worst quarterback in this year's that win in the first round is J.J. McCarthy, not a doubt. I think he'll be a bust for the Minnesota Vikings. Viking fans, I would be crying. He's gonna suck a lot. He's just gonna hand the ball off to whoever your running back is. Jettis is gonna want out. Hawkinson is gonna want out. Yeah, Jettis might just request a trade already, man. He should go to the Bengals, reunite with Jamar and Joe Burrow. I wouldn't waste my time playing with that garbage from Michigan anyways, but that's just me. Let's move on to the NBA playoffs. As a Lakers fan, it sucks to see that, but not really. I love the Nuggets. They're my pick. As I said, they were my pick to win the NBA championship a couple episodes ago. I know in the very first episode I had the Lakers, but that's because I just love LeBron. But let's be realistic here. I'm going to pick the Nuggets. They're a phenomenal team. They know how to move the ball so well, and I don't see anybody stopping the Joker. You see what the Lakers are doing. LeBron and AD are playing out of their minds. AD is playing phenomenal basketball. Same with LeBron. And D'Angelo Russell is garbage. I'm just gonna say it right now. He's been garbage. He's been inconsistent in the playoffs, but I won't lie, he played great in Game 4. And we're not eliminated yet, but hey, I think Nuggets close out Game 5, and I love the Nuggets. I'm a huge Denver guy, always have been. I just love LeBron a lot. Everyone knows this, but hey, I hope the Nuggets do win the NBA Finals, and I hope the Joker does win his fourth. Is it his third or fourth MVP? I forgot the count, but hey, I hope he does win another MVP. He deserves it a lot more than Shea and Luka, in my opinion, because Jokic has done a lot in the NBA. Hey man, I think he's gonna take the Nuggets back to back. I don't see anybody competing with them from the East. Celtics, super overrated. Like what's Jaylen Brown gonna do with his right hand? Dude can't dribble with his left. Jason Tatum was garbage in the clutch. He's garbage in the fourth. I'm not worried about them. Derek White, not nervous about him. Kristaps, garbage. Drew Holiday, he's a great defensive player, but he's inconsistent as well. I'm not worried about the Celtics if they play the Nuggets. Give me the Nuggets in 5 if they go to the NBA Finals. Celtics are garbage. Yep, but give me the Nuggets to win the championship and the NBA playoffs. I've been liking what I've been seeing from them. And right now we had a great game with the Clippers and the Mavs. Clippers almost blew a 31-point lead. That was, oh wow, I don't know how you do that. Crazy stuff right there. PG went stupid in the clutch time though. And that was a great game to watch. I'm excited to see who comes out of that series because they'll be playing the winner of the Thunder and the Pelicans, and I think the Pelicans have no shot of coming back against the Thunder. The Thunder are gonna win that series, and it's exciting to see because I think the winner of the Mavs and the Clippers series will go to the Western Conference because I don't think the Thunder have that playoff experience yet to beat either of those two teams. They're still super young, but you never know. But I mean, either one, I just feel like we'll go to the Western Conference Finals to play the Denver Nuggets. But looks like the Nuggets are going to play the Timberwolves in the next round as well, which is a scary opponent because you have Rudy and Cat, two big men that can guard Jokic pretty well, and that Ant-Man's been playing phenomenal basketball. Like, I think they're going to get the sweep tonight. Daniels and Walker have just been great role players too, playing their role super well. Naz Reid, phenomenal player as well. They've just been doing it all this year, man. I think Minnesota could be seeing an NBA Finals this year. If not, definitely next year. They're just on a different level, but I just feel like the Nuggets will beat them out. It will be a tough series. If I had to pick a team, I'd go Nuggets in 7, obviously. But, hey, man, you could go either way. You could flip a coin on either one because they're both great teams. I think either one would represent the West perfectly, in my opinion. But you can't go wrong with either one. I feel like one of them will win the NBA championship. I don't think anyone in the East has a chance of winning a chip against the West this year at all. Like, all of the teams are in the East are just overrated, in my opinion. They're underrated too as well. Like the Magic, the Cavs, Knicks have been surprising me. Like playoff basketball, New York never disappoints, but I don't think they have the capability of beating a team in the West in 7 games. Neither do the Celtics, Cavs. The Bucks just lost Giannis and Dame tonight. Giannis and Dame, that's gotta suck, the injuries. I don't think the Pacers go that far. And I'm just gonna stick with my pick. I'm gonna stick with the Nuggets, and I think they win it in 5 if they play the Celtics. If not, any other team doesn't stand a chance. Give me the Nuggets in 4 against any other team in the East. Let's move on to the NHL playoffs. The Avs just took Game 4 today against the Jets, which was super exciting. They're up 3-1 in that series. I think the winner of the series will go on to win the Stanley Cup. They're both phenomenal teams, and right now, currently, the Vegas Golden Knights are up against the Stars in the series as well. But it's just like Nathan McKinnon's been on another level, and it would be cool to see Jokic and McKinnon win the MVP for Denver and the Stanley Cup and the NBA Championship to come back to Denver as well this year. It would be great stuff to see, and I think the Avs do pull it off. I think no one in hockey compares to them as well. They've just been so dominant. McKinnon, Makar, just a great duo, and they have a bunch of great players too on that roster. Everyone just knows how to get it done, and it just reminds me a lot of the Denver Nuggets. It's a roster I feel like you can't stop once they get rolling, and their players are it's so well done, so well stuck together, and I just feel like they're super dominant. I don't see anyone stopping them, and the goalie seems like he's finally starting to get it going, and it's exciting to see. But that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you guys. Welcome to Come Talk Sports, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.